What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? It's spring fever, bitches!
No, 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 no.
Actually, we can actually do the sound effect now because I have that somewhere lying around. If I can find it.
Love it.
There we go. Now it's officially spring fever. As always, I am XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Erik. What is up, Uncle Rico?
Doing good, man. Leaving for the draft bright and early tomorrow morning. Thought, I'd hop on, talk a little spring football with you before the whole draft starts, my friend.
You know why that is, folks? It's because he's a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
Erik lives to please. Dude! We had a great weekend of XFL and USFL football. Great. I'm using great just because anytime there's XFL or USFL on, it is great. The games were not fantastic. Let's do a quick recap. Game 1. Let's do XFL first. Guardians Battlehawks. Battlehawks won it 53-28. Battlehawks basically did everything they could this week to try and get into the playoffs. Just didn't work out. And Guardians came up short. I thought this was going to be a game early on, and it just turned out not to be.
Keyword this week. They played with their food. They had a couple games they could have won, I thought, and they're out. I know we're seeing people saying it's bad for the league. They have them not make it. Well, tough shit. This happens in every other professional league where there is one division that isn't that good and a team doesn't make it. It is what it is. Move on. You had a chance. You lost both times to the Defenders. You had a chance to win in DC, and then the rails fell off. You should have won at home. Whatever,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Week 9 was the real playoff game between them and Seattle.
Yeah,
like that was the real playoff game. It was going to take a lot for the Battlehawks to get in just off of this week, but they looked good. AJ McCarron looked good, and I think, fingers crossed, I think he might be back next year.
AJ?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I think he had fun. And like you said, he wants to play in front of his kid, man. I think
he wants to be like a starter.
Yeah. Plus he's at that point of his life. He kind of knows what he is in the league.
Like he could make more money as a backup if he wants to. I think he could be a backup.
But I mean, and I don't know it. I think he's pretty financially secured.
That's what I think too.
And I think, like you mentioned before, he wants to play in front of his kid. Let him play in front of his kid. Let him do his shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Let him live his life. Let him do his stuff. I'm happy for him. I thought it was great to see him out there. A little disappointed in the Battlehawks. Both of us thought they could have been a team to make a run, but now, we gave out the Sea Dragons at a little bit of a juicier price a couple weeks ago. And, if you tail Gemini in that bet, you're looking pretty good.
I'm sitting on it. I'm in the boat right now where as long as DC doesn't win, I'm going to make money.
Which is a good scenario to be in. And I thought that there's just a couple. The one thing out now, granted, I'll admit, I'm between the NFL draft and the NBA stuff I have going on. I didn't watch as much spring ball as I should have, but the one thing that really stood out to me is after Las Vegas scored that tutty, why are they not going for the 4th and 15? There was like a minute and a half left. You know what I mean? You're
talking about in the Vegas-Seattle game?
Yeah, that was just like, hey, guys, we're done. Good run. Let's get the F out of here, guys.
It really was. We'll just jump right to that one. That was the capper of the weekend. Seattle won it 28-9. Yeah, I think Rod Woods is done. I think if there's any coach that doesn't return next year, it's probably him. I definitely think you can see Buckley back. He seems to be having a blast. Sea Dragons are good, and the defense is solid. Ben DiNucci, not his best game, but even not on his best, he still throws for over 300 and 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties, Jimbo.
I think the Sea Dragons are hot, and we've seen DC. They've been speaking of playing with your food. Defenders 29, Brahmas 28. This one came down to a missed field goal. Yes, this game doesn't matter, but if it doesn't matter, then why are you playing all your starters, DC?
And also, we kind of talked about it. You want to go in with confidence and everything. What does this do to a team ego when you're playing? I don't want to use the term bottom feeder. You know what I mean? But you kind of are playing a bottom feeder team, and
they're playing one of the bottom. They're playing like the top of the bottom right here. I think end of the season, I'd probably put the Brahmas as like the best of the worst.
Yeah. But it just, you know what I mean? Like, that's my thing, dude. Like, I just don't think it does a lot of confidence for him. You know what I mean? Like, so I just really don't think it does confidence for him to have all your starters playing and you're playing a bottom 3 team and you struggle.
And I mean, it sucks that John Parker Roma was the reason they lose this game, kind of. But he's been solid all year. He's really good. And shout out John Parker Romo. He's a good dude. The Brahmas actually had not a great season. I think they're good. They're probably the only team I would call like a quarterback away.
Mm-hmm.
Their offensive line needs a lot of work, but I think if they would have had a day one real starter from the jump. Yeah. And Jack Cohn played fine this game. He looked good. I mean, he gets the stats, the yardage, but I would call Jack Cohn maybe the Kirk Cousins of this league, where he throws a lot of safe stuff, but it's not like he's never going to win you the game.
Hey, kid, I remember told you remind me of Kirk Cousins.
Not in a good way. But the problem, like, if
it's the first time I've ever heard a quarterback.
If the shitty part is, if the Brahmas win this game, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the Renegades lose to the Roughnecks 25-9. This game ended up being the most not mattering game of all of them. Brahmas didn't play Silvers. The Renegades didn't play Silvers. The Roughnecks didn't play Silvers. The Renegades looked fine. This is Perez's probably worst game with the Renegades so far. And run it back for next week, basically.
Yeah, that was a weird game. Little more higher scoring. I thought it was just going to be turnaround, handoff, turnaround, handoff, turnaround, handoff. So, going to be interesting to see what the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what the game looks like next week.
Yeah.
What the rematch does. The only disappointment for me is like week 10 was probably the most blowouts of the season when for the last 3 or 4 weeks we've had nothing but nail biter down to the wire games.
Excuse me. Like a little bit of a disappointing week overall.
Yeah, for both the XFL and USFL, this was a little like middling. Speaking of which, let's just jump into the USFL recap real quick. Gamblers, Breakers win at 38-31. This one became a game. I thought the Breakers would run away with it. I thought Gamblers looked bad week 1. Maybe Michigan's just that good. And the defense the big takeaway, the defensive line for New Orleans letting up 31 to the Houston Gamblers was a little shocking. In my opinion.
A little weird. Little weird. So,
but also the Breakers had a run game, which was something really nice to see. I think they might be the team that gets way, way, way better throughout the season just because all those guys need to gel together.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch much of that game, Jim and I.
That's fair. Worst game of the weekend, Showboat Stallions. The Stallions win at 42-2. The safety's almost worse. It's almost more embarrassing, right?
It's a lot worse, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Stallions haven't lost a step. They're just as good. This was embarrassing. Todd Haley should be fired into the sun. And, like, Jesus Christ, Magoo, 21 for 28, 301 yards, 4 touchdowns. They just did whatever they wanted. This was just clinical. Fucking Showboats.
What's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't really a boat race, but it never really was a game.
It was never a game. From jump, it was never a game. Like, the Showboats couldn't do anything on offense. What does he have? 15 for 25, 141 yards, and an interception for White. Willis went 1 for 4 for -2 passing yards and nothing.
Yeah.
Like, disgusting.
Yep.
And Collins couldn't even run the ball because they knew they didn't even need to defend the pass. It was terrible. Generals win at 20-3. I thought the Maulers would look way better, at least on defense, against a team like the Generals, who we still don't feel is complete.
The wheels kind of fell off in the second half.
Yeah, this one was sort of a game for a decent chunk of it.
The wheels kind of fell off in the second half.
That's the Maulers for you, baby. I still think the Maulers look better than they did last year.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, not that hard to do. Does not take much. Johnson, fine. Pruka, okay. I still don't know what to feel about this Generals team.
I think they have a big problem at the quarterback position. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe losing Perez is a big hit. Panthers Stars, the other good game of the weekend. Panthers win at 24-10. Hey, the Panthers are legit, dude.
Panthers are looking pretty good, dude. You know, props for props are due. You kind of have that one sniffed out.
Maybe Case Cookis' worst game in the USFL yet. I think the Stars have a good chance of bouncing back. I still think they're a good team. Also, the Stars did drop like 3. Like, they intercepted Love twice. They dropped like 3 other picks.
Yeah, and how can I word this? Cookis got hurt though, right?
Yeah, but he plays better when he gets banged up.
Plays a little better when he gets a little.
He was getting banged up all game. He didn't get injured. He got hurt.
Yeah.
Which for him, I usually think that's a bonus. You're going to break down some XFL playoffs, buddy?
I'm ready, man.
Okay, let's talk futures for the 4 teams that are in. Defenders 115, Roughnecks 190, Sea Dragons 275, Renegades are 10-1.
What are you thinking?
I mean, if you're going to take anything, I would take Sea Dragons and Renegades.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like
this
the
point.
Sea Dragons. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm kind of digging the Sea Dragons right now.
I don't hate plus 275 still not bad for them.
Yeah.
So, because if they win this one against DC, they're going to be the favorite. So you're basically getting them 275 on the money line for the championship game.
Yeah.
In which they'll probably be like minus 130.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't hate it. I don't hate the Sea Dragons, but like you should have been listening to us earlier and been getting on them earlier.
Yeah, if you would have listened, you'd be sitting at a primo price, dude.
Yeah, I think I got the Roughnecks at 6-1, the Sea Dragons at like plus 750, and the Renegades at 14-1.
There you go.
Let's look at these lines though. So game number 1, Renegades Roughnecks. Roughnecks are minus 6.5, over under 41, plus 215 on the money line for the Renegades.
I mean, don't you kind of have to go with the Renegades here?
I think so. Like, I know they got sort of blown out last week, but that game meant nothing. And the Renegades have been looking like the better team for the last few weeks. And Silvers, man, he's probably going to start this game, and I just don't trust this Roughnecks offense right now. I might play the under, too.
I mean, I'm definitely going to play both first half unders, dude, if I'm going to be honest with you.
20.5 for this game.
I'll do it. I think both these teams come out a little tight.
I think so, too. Yeah, I like the Renegades plus the 6.5. I might sprinkle on that money line. And then under 41. That's my play for this one. Sea Dragons Defenders. Game number 2. Defenders minus 3 at home. Over under 48.5. Plus 155 for the Sea Dragons.
I'm going to take the Sea Dragons, dude. I mean, it's kind of hard not to get out what we saw from the Defenders last game, if I'm just being utterly honest with you.
It's true. I want to take the Sea Dragons also on the money line, but man, the fact that DC has never lost at home, you going to buck this trend, Sea Dragons? You going to buck it?
But see, here's the thing. Like, I was talking to my buddy about the NBA earlier today, and he said the one thing you have to be careful about trends is you can kind of look at trends, but you don't want to use the trend to guide your narrative to make the bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing that you have to really be careful here. So
I like the Sea Dragons here plus the 3. I like the over in this game. I'm probably going to take the first half under. We might see a second half explosion.
mm-hmm.
And again, if there's any prop for like Ben DiNucci interception, I'll take the over. Like they still might win. The magic number for me, if he throws more than 2, they're losing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with here. But it's weird that we're already at the playoffs, Erik.
It is insanely weird. It feels like
this season just flew
right
by. And we're already talking, like, we're already getting ready for year 2.
Which is great. It was great to see the year actually finish.
It was fucking fantastic. I was so happy. Now to the USFL, though. Again, we're going to start looking at the futures. USFL futures. Chase has the take where if you can get the Stallions or Panthers for plus money every week, take them. Stallions are still plus 210. I actually think there's value at anything over 200 for the Stallions.
Mm-hmm.
Stars 4-1. Generals plus 450. No. Panthers at plus 550. I like. Breakers at plus 550.
I like the Breakers. I mean,
the thing with the Breakers though, we got them early.
Mm-hmm.
If you like them here at plus 550, wait till this week because if they lose to the Stallions, that's going to jump up.
Yeah.
And I think they're still probably the second best team in the South. Showboats 10-1, Gamblers 15, Maulers 20-1. You kind of see the USFL, you're seeing the separation. You have all these teams neck and neck, and then you have the Showboats, Gamblers, and Maulers as the 3 clear worst teams.
Yeah.
And I don't see any. I see you lighting your money on fire if you pick any of those 3.
For the time being, you kind of have to. You know what I mean? For the time being, you kind of have to back off and not really bet those guys.
And obviously, the other worst bet, the Generals at plus 450, I don't like.
I hate that one. Generals are a team I want to be looking to fade.
I'm with you. Let's look into the lines for this week of USFL action. Breakers Stallions to start us off. Stallions minus 6, over under 48.5, plus 200 on the money line for the Breakers. I said it last week. If the Stallions win and they covered, I wouldn't bet against them again until they travel to Michigan in week 6.
I so want to take the Breakers here.
I do too.
I'm not going to do it. We have a gambling plan right now, and we're going to stick with it. Part of being gambling is being responsible and being not forcing a bet. You know what, Jim? That's what we're going to have to do here. We're not going to force a bet. We're going to hold our ground. We're going to stay strong, and we are going to wait to the right opportunity to bet.
Erik is not going to force a bet. I have promised the people that I will make a bet in every game. But if you're gonna listen to advice, don't bet this one. I do like it's a high total. I might bet that over though.
You might bet that over?
I might bet that over. I know it's 48.5. I know that's a lot of points. But I think this Breakers is the first team they played with that can keep up with the Stallions offensively.
You want to bet that over, Jim? Jim, let's bet that over.
I'll bet that over. 48.5, I'll bet the over. And I will, God damn it, I'll take the Stallions minus 6.
I'm trying to look at some player props. It still blows my mind there's no player props.
It's insane. It's criminal at this point that there's no player props. It's year 2, guys. Come on. Showboats Gamblers. This one open as a pick'em. Gamblers now are minus 3, over under 44, plus 135 on the money line. Give me that.
That's big boy money that moves at 3 points, dude.
Yeah.
That's not a casual Carl betting $50 with his boys.
I don't want to follow the steam. And I was on the Showboats earlier. I'm going to take the Showboats plus 3. I don't know if I fully trust this Gamblers team still. I'll take the under 44.
Dude, look at you, Jim. Oh, my God. I'll probably take the under 44, too. If I had to bet, that's what I do.
I like the under 44. I'm going to take the Showboats plus 3. I might sprinkle a little bit.
Jimbo doing a little sprink?
I'm doing a little sprink. Game number 3, we have the Maulers and the Stars. Stars are 6.5-point favorites. Over under 42.5. Plus 215 on the money line for the Maulers.
I need to know the status of Cookus.
That's fair. That's a smart move.
Because let's play devil's advocate right here. I look at this. To me, this is a line is praised that Cookus is going to be playing, correct?
That's how I look at it too.
So let's say Cookus doesn't play. Where does this move to?
Stars -4.
Yeah. So if you're going to bet the Stars, why are you going to bet it right now?
I'm looking up their depth right now. What's their quarterback situation? It'd be Kevin Thompson up next because Vlad Lee is out.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I don't like the plus. Man, I like the under 42.5. I like that in this game. Shout out Cool Kev 75 in the chat. At this number, I'm taking the Maulers, though. But Eric's right. You got to wait on this one. Wait on this one. Game number 4, Generals Panthers. Panthers -4.5. This one's climbed a little bit. Over under 43.5.
When are we at the point where the Panthers are too overvalued?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. This is their home opener in Detroit. Any nerves?
Maybe. But I mean, it's not. I don't think the stadium's going to be that packed.
Even if it is, it's Ford Field, so who knows how packed it will look.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they'll get a decent crowd, though.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I mean, I like this Panthers team. I'm going to ride them right now. I'm taking them -4.5. I'm also going to take the over in this one, over 43.5.
I like that. Cool, Kev. What up, my friend? And then
Now that I think about it, though, this Michigan defense might be able to just stunt the Generals.
the Generals are just going to run it, dude. The question is, can the Generals D stop the Panthers?
You know what? I'm flip-flopping. Give me the under. Under 43.5.
Smart man, Jimbo. Smart man.
Under 43.5.
Smart man, Jimbo. Smart man.
Erik, what's your favorite play of the weekend?
I'd probably say the first half under
In the playoff games?
in the playoff games and the Stars to straight up win. Not the Stars, excuse me. The Sea Dragons to straight up win.
I like that. Yeah, the USFL is pretty tough this week. I'm kind of right there with you. My USFL best bet would probably be the Stallions Breakers over.
I'll be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to bet the USFL this week.
I could not fault you for that this week.
I kind of feel like I learned a little bit week 1. I learned a little bit different things week 2. Now week 3, let me figure out what's going on. If I did have to bet something, I'd probably take the under in the Panthers Generals game just because, you know what? The Panthers defense is legit and the Generals just run the ball. It's not like they're a high octane offense.
First half total is 22. I will bet that under.
The one thing that does kind of stick out to me is this. What the hell is up with that line movement in the Gamblers game?
I don't understand. I really don't. Maybe it's because the Showboats don't seem to have a quarterback, but the Gamblers also have some questions there. I think they're going to roll with Bahar. That's the weird one for me.
Yeah, it's just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, there's got to be something going on that both you and I are aware about to see that much movement.
Well, injury reports should come out in the next couple days.
Fair enough.
And you know what, Erik? Next week, it'll be May, which means it'll be time to look at some CFL futures.
So let me ask you this, man. Where is the championship for and I should know this, and I apologize, the XFL being played?
San Antonio.
Now, what day is it on?
It's on Sunday, not the Sunday after this one. They're taking a week off, so it'll be the 7th.
How do you feel about them taking the week off?
I'm okay. Between the championship game, I'm okay with it.
You don't feel like they lose any momentum?
maybe a smidge. Oh, okay, so it's May 13th. So
On Mother's Day.
May 13th. It's the Saturday.
Okay.
My bad. It's May 13th. I'm okay with it. Like college, I don't know, man. I would probably prefer they don't. Because I feel the same way with college football and the transition to bowl season. They lose a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
But I'm not too upset with it.
Yeah, I would just rather just go boom, 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 done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what I want.
Yes.
I'd rather do it, but
I wonder why they're deciding to take the week off.
Alamo Dome schedule. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Alamo Dome schedule. Events
Dude.
to Alamo Dome.
We got CFL coming up. We got X League coming up literally next month. The May tournament.
I mean, there's the Fiesta Carnival going on, and it looks like there's nothing the week before.
I don't know. When's the Fiesta Carnival?
Right now to the 30th. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know why they're taking the week off.
should I tweet at The Rock? Hey, Rock.
I might tweet at him.
Alamo Dome event schedule.
See what you can find. We're on the fly right now, folks. Nope, it's literally the next thing after Fiesta Carnival is the XFL Championship game.
Yeah, like makes zero sense, man.
Yeah, I don't really know why they're doing the week off situation. That's weird. Who knows? I think that's all we got for Spring Fever, though. That's all we got for news. There wasn't any real big moves or anything like that, and I don't really care about talking about TV numbers.
I mean, like, okay, like, it's the thing is with the TV numbers that you have to understand is it's gonna do more than like a fucking American Ninja replay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna do better numbers than that. So
my only take on the TV deals and whatnot is the USFL has a better overall because they play on more network TVs like NBC and Fox every week.
Yeah.
The XFL has better cable shows because they get ESPN. Like,
well, the XFL also gets
ABC.
Well, ESPN, the ESPN2, all that stuff.
Yeah, like their cable is better because the only cable channels that the USFL has are USA and FS1. But their network, like their deal overall, I think is better. The fact that they at least have 2 games on network TV every week is pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
I did see someone had the suggestion. I think they should do it. I think these spring leagues should really start adopting it. Is flex scheduling.
I think that would be easy to do.
I feel like it'd be super easy to do.
I take that back.
Well, you're only playing in 4 venues. Why wouldn't it be easy?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, all you have to do is change networks.
That's true. That's a good point.
I feel like it'd be super easy for these leagues, especially the USFL.
Yeah, maybe not the XFL because teams got different places and you got, what I mean?
The fact that the XFL is flying these teams out to the home markets every time.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit more difficult, but the USFL should be doing flex scheduling, in my opinion.
I think the USFL, would be very easy to do flex scheduling, to be honest.
I think, it makes sense because your best game of the weekend, or one of your best games, the final weekend, the Stars Generals was on FS1. Meanwhile, the worst game was on NBC.
Yeah. Which makes zero sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know this early on in the season which game's going to be your best and which is your worst, but like by week 5, you don't want to have the showboats or the gamblers or those teams on your biggest stage all the time.
Mm-mm. You want to put your product in the best position to succeed.
Yes.
We see it with the NFL. The NFL does it at the beginning of the year where they're kind of like, they kind of have a feel of like, hey, you know, we think this team's going to be good. We think this game is going to have some playoff implication. But then toward the end of the year, what happens? Oh, you know what? The Denver Broncos suck. Denver, you're off. So I just, you know what I mean? End of the day is what it is. You know, hopefully they live and learn.
They will, and so will we. Erik, any other parting thoughts?
No, man. You know, hopefully we get some good games this weekend. What's the XFL schedule, man?
The XFL schedule for this coming weekend is, let me be exact with people. Saturday, April 29th, Renegades at Roughnecks. 6 p.m. God's time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, Dragons Defenders. 2 p.m. God's time, 3 p.m. Eastern.
I should be there for the 2 p.m. game, Jim, and barring any travel issues, I'll be there for the Saturday night game, my friend.
What do you think about the championship game being at 8 p.m. Eastern?
On Saturday night.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah, I'd want to push that up like 2 hours.
But I mean, like, here's the thing, like, so that weekend
that is prime time local time, like at the game. That is 6 p.m. local, or sorry, 7 p.m. local, but still.
But like also like the reality of that situation is this: there's going to be you're in the second round of the NBA playoffs, second round of the NHL playoff, and you got baseball going on. You're going to have you have the primetime baseball game on Fox and probably a UFC card
and USFL.
So hold on. Sporting events, May 13th, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so May 13th.
How's it look?
You have UFC. You have UFC going on, you know, so, you know, you're going to have that. You don't have a WWE thing. WWE is the week before. You know, you'll probably have like there's just a lot of stuff going on. I'd rather have it earlier in the day.
I would too.
You know what I mean? I think that's a mistake.
It's the same complaint I have with the college football national championship. They start these too late.
And we've talked about it before. Kids are the future. You got to get the kids in there, man.
Well, the fact that it's a Saturday, I think the kids will be fine.
But no. But like, to go to your point about the basketball, you got to have the kids in there. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about my main thing, and with the World Series, they start these games so goddamn late. You know what I mean? Like, so my nephew, who's 7, absolutely loves football, but he lives on the East Coast. He's not going to be able to stay up and watch the whole game.
I would push it 1 hour earlier at least. So then it's still prime time, local time, 6 p.m. game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd be done around like 9:30 at the latest.
Yeah.
You started at 8.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not getting done till around like 11 o'clock.
Yeah. It's just bad, dude. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I wish they would have scheduled that a little bit better. What time is the USFL championship game? Take a guess. I'm looking it up right now.
4.
It's definitely going to be later than that. They don't even have it set yet. So we don't know.
I'm looking at 2003 USFL championship game. Tom Benson Hall, July 1st, 8 p.m.
That sounds about right. God damn it, leagues. Stop. Hey, every league out there, not just the XFL and USFL, every league. Stop scheduling your championship games so late.
Yeah.
Please.
Quit being selfish fucks.
Do it for me.
Think of fucking Jim, goddammit.
So next week, we'll obviously have the XFL championship preview sort of show. I think we'll save the full championship preview till the week after. And I think we might take a look at some CFL futures because it will finally be May. And the preseason starts in May.
Sounds good to me, my friend.
And then maybe, just maybe, talk a little X League.
Whoa.
Just maybe.
We're wheeling and dealing, dude.
What?
We're wheeling and dealing.
We're wheeling and dealing, Eric. It's happening. Let me actually look up the schedule real quick before we go. While I'm doing this, you got anything you want to shout out?
I'm going to be at the NFL draft. I have to talk to people at the NFL draft. You see me at the NFL draft, come over, tell me hi.
Are you going to be wearing your merch?
I'm going to be taking it.
Taking it. Oh my God, Eric. Oh my God. The 2023 Green Bowl Challenge of the X League. What day do you think it starts?
I don't know.
Saturday, April 29th. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
That probably means Friday night for us. Because it looks like it's 12:30 start time, which is local. I assume that's like Friday night. What time do you think that is for us?
I don't know.
Let's see. It'll be 10:30 p.m.
Jesus.
Friday night.
I'll be asleep.
Should I stream it? I'm gonna debate. I might.
I'll be tucked in my little bed, sleeping.
I might stream it.
You're a man of the people, Jim. You're a man of the people.
Oh yeah, we're 15 hours behind. So yeah. Y'all know what's up with me. XFL Jim everywhere. I'm moving, so content might get disrupted a little bit due to the move. That's just a warning to everybody. I'm trying to come out with a music video. If not this week, early next week, maybe by the weekend, I can have that out. It'll be fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Okay. Looking forward to that, my friend.
You better be. And the people better be looking forward. And I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week for another episode